Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a brand new pick-a pile for you guys today, and today we are asking the question, what will your future house be like, or your future home? So yeah, I'm kind of on this crazy little manifesting kick, just like thinking about positive thoughts and blessings and goals and just things that, we desire and we'd like to have in our future. So, sometimes it can be difficult just like thinking about all the problems that you got to solve in the world, or, especially if it's the love stuff, all the what is he feeling, thinking, wanting, blah, blah, blah kind of stuff. And I'm not saying it's not important to not, understand what's happening there, and that's fine. But sometimes it's just good to put your feelers out for like good things that you want in life. And the last pick-a pile I did was your future wedding, which is love related, but it's more so focusing on what could potentially come in the future that would be a huge blessing. And this is another kind of blessing. And this could be even the house that you have with your special person. It could be a house that you have completely on your own, or with family or roommates, or whatever it is your ideal situation. But we're basically going to be looking at, what you would eventually have for like a house, like your next move maybe, or something like that. So that's the intention. And continuing on with my Christmas ornaments for the pick-a-piles, today's theme is all dog related. I'm even using the Divine Dog of Wisdom Oracle cards on this. So I'm like, let's just go all in with dogs, because dogs are like, they're a part of the pack, they're a part of the house. They help make a house feel more like a home kind of a thing. And, my dog definitely makes me feel that way. I'm sure if you guys have animals, pets or of some kind, whether it's a dog or a cat, a bird, a fish, a hamster, whatever it may be, I'm sure you guys feel the same way. So anyways, these are all basically my dog's ornaments because, he's pretty much human at this point. And I'm just going to go through his ornaments right now, and you guys can pick your pile. So pile number 1 is an ornament. I don't know what this is necessarily made out of, but some kind of material that it's like a clay kind of material that eventually hardens, and that's his little paw print in there, obviously. And we did this a few years ago. Like, they had a whole bunch of these on display at Home Goods, and I bought up like a ton of them, not just for him obviously, but because I'm also a dog walker, and they were only like $5 a piece. I was like, this would be such a cute little idea to give my clients for the holidays. So that's what I did. I gave a bunch of my clients these little ornament making kits for their dogs so they could do the same. So I know a lot of them really enjoyed that. And anyways, this is his little paw print, and this is his paw printed ornament, and it's pile number 1. So cute. Pile number 2 is an actual picture of him. So that's my little boy. His name is Shadow. He's a Chihuahua mix. He was actually found on the streets of LA, and I've had him now for 4 years. So we just actually did 4 years this month. So 4 years of my little boy. That's pile number 2. This one is another one of his ornaments. I don't know what happened here. It's supposed to say Merry Christmas, but the S and the T are missing in the middle of it. So and even the H is a little worn off too. So I don't know why those letters are worn off. So it looks a little funny, but this is also his ornament. And pile number 4 is from our very first Christmas together. There he is, like I said, 4 years ago, 2016. So there he is. That's my little man, me and Shadow. I think, yeah, this picture is actually at my mom's. But yes, so there's me and Shadow, our first Christmas together, and our little ornament for that. And Oh, and it's also a magnet too. Like there's a magnet on the back of it. So when it's not Christmas time, I actually, when I take it off of the tree, I just put it on my refrigerator so I get to look at it all year round, which I love. So that one is pile number 4. So pick your doggy Christmas ornament that resonates the most. Timestamps are down below, and we're going to get started here with pile number 1, and we're going to find out what your future house may be like. Hi, pile 1. If you chose this paw printed ornament from my dog Shadow, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what kind of future house or future home you're going to have. So exciting. Put that little paw print over there. And we're going to start with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. We're going to see what comes through, what's going on. You guys got the Ace of Wands, the Four of Cups, Strength, and the Three of Wands. Okay, so I feel like it's going to be a little bit of a struggle, and it's going to be a process to get this future home of yours. Because we're not just talking about like any old place to live. We're really talking about like, if not your dream home, something pretty darn close to it, basically. Just somewhere that you really want to live, somewhere that you can definitely call a home, not just a house or an apartment or a condo or anything like that. We're talking about somewhere that you could really see yourself living for a long period of time, like many, many years. So I feel like it's going to take a long time, though, for you to get there, or at least it's going to be a struggle. Maybe not necessarily a long period of time. I feel like it's going to be more of a struggle. Because here's the thing, like, first of all, we have the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is like this fiery, passionate, new beginning of sorts. So I feel like wherever you wind up moving, wherever it is that you wind up going to, I feel like it's going to be like an area that's in high demand, or it's going to be like the type of house that's in high demand. Because, you know, it depends on real estate and everything, and some areas are more on the rise than others. So it seems like wherever it is that you want to go, yeah, the demand is probably pretty high. I mean, maybe you want to live in a trendy hipster kind of city or something like that. So yeah, of course, there's going to be a demand out there, and there might be a housing shortage. So I feel like wherever you want to go, like it's definitely going to be somewhere that a lot of people feel on fire about, that a lot of people feel passionate about. So I feel like it's probably going to be a competitive market for you to find this ideal place that is not just like location wise where you want, but it even like has all the amenities and all the things that, you know, you're looking for. You know, like some people, for example, would like to have a pool in the backyard. Other people, they don't really care about that. That doesn't matter. So it just depends on your preferences. But I feel like it's going to be somewhere that's like going to be in high demand. So I don't feel like you're going to be someone who's going to be like, oh, I'm fine with just like a country house somewhere off in the country or something. I'm not getting that kind of vibe. I'm getting something definitely more urban, something trendy, something hipster kind of here. And here's the thing, like when you guys are looking for this house, when you're looking for this home, I feel like you're going to wind up trying all these different places. Like you're going to, you know, check out all, like, look at each cup here on the bottom as like a different house, a different home or whatever you're going to check out. And maybe you're going to put in an offer, you know, multiple times on many different places. You're going to put an offer after offer after offer. And you're going to be looking at them, wanting one of them to work out, but they don't wind up working out, and it just causes more and more frustration. But little do you notice, there's still like one option up here that still remains, and this is the one that you really want, but you're kind of blinded to it, and you're ignoring it, and you're not really like paying attention to the fact that it's there, because you're so focused on all these other offers that you're putting in all these other different places, that you completely wind up missing out on this. So that's something to be aware of, especially if you guys are looking for a home somewhere where the market is ablaze, where it's just lit on fire. So yeah, it's going to take some work. And with the Three of Wands is all about waiting for your ships to come in. It's kind of just, you know, a time of patience and waiting. So that's kind of how you're going to be. You're going to be just waiting for one of these offers to go through, waiting for that right place to show up in the area you're looking in. But I do think it's going to happen, because eventually those ships do come in. And in this case, your ships being your future home. And I do believe that you guys will wind up having it, because you have the Strength card. And at the end of the day, when the deal finally goes through, when the ink is dried on the contracts and everything else, you guys are going to have the place of your dreams. Like I said, I'm feeling this is probably like a more urban kind of feel. I mean, it may not even be like a house. It could be like a condo or something like that. But I'm definitely getting like the urban hipster kind of vibe. If you guys don't feel urban hipster, then this may not be your group. But that's definitely the kind of thing I'm picking up here, because I'm picking up like a high amount of competition and several disappointments trying to get to that right place. But I do think you guys are going to get to that right place for sure. And by the time you do get it, it's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you feel good. And we also have the infinity sign here up above this unicorn's head. So once you do move in, once you do get settled, it will be a long-term move. It will be somewhere that you're living, you know, if not forever, you know, for the long haul is the point. Okay, we also have the Ice Cream Oracle, which I haven't pulled these cards out in a while, but I figured these would be kind of fun. We have Orange, Enthusiasm, Confidence, and Courage. Rocky Road, Adventure, Preparation, and Challenge. And Maple, Kindness, Friendship, and Support. Okay, so I feel like with these cards, like I was saying before, it's going to be a challenge for you to like sink your teeth into this future home when it does come around. You know, we have challenge here. It is going to be an adventure. There is going to be a lot of preparation that is involved in trying to achieve getting this future home, because it is going to be in a place where there is a high demand, where the market is hot. So it may be a little bit of quite literally a rocky road. There may be some bumps along the way to get there, but you can get there. And I believe with Orange, Enthusiasm, Confidence, and Courage, I believe that, you know, once you do get into this new place and you get settled and everything, I feel like there's going to be like a lot of positive energy in it. Like I look at Orange as like, enthusiasm, confidence, almost like you guys are kind of bold in a sense with your decorative styles. You know, like subtle isn't your thing. Like I'm almost kind of seeing like neon signs and very kind of like a bold contemporary kind of feel with where you're living, which makes sense if you're going for that urban hipster kind of vibe. So I feel like it's definitely going to bring that to the table. But even though it may be kind of like bright and loud and powerful, at the same time, there's going to be a lot of kindness, friendship, and support in your home. So I feel like when you have guests over, even though you may live in the most trendiest upscale neighborhood in your city, people are going to feel welcomed there. They're not going to notice the fact that it's such a trendy place that, you know, it may not be the easiest neighborhood to get access to. But I feel like people are definitely going to feel welcomed there and safe there and supported and encouraged. So it's definitely going to be a place where people are going to want to gather and enjoy and have fun. Okay, from the Divine Dogs of Wisdom, like I said, I was going to pull the dogs out with a dog-related pick-a-pile. We have Intimacy, open up and get close. Anger, feel the heat, then turn it down. And joy, find your bliss. Okay, so right off the bat with anger, I feel like there is going to be anger there when you guys are in the search, when you guys are still like trying to find this ideal place. It's going to be frustrating. It's going to cause a lot of stress. It's going to cause a lot of anxiety, but you guys are going to get through that. You're going to be fine. So yeah, but in the meantime, while you're trying to find the perfect place and sort that all out, there is going to be some anger that is going to flare up, which makes sense with everything else that already came through. We have intimacy, open up and get close. I feel like this kind of piggybacks on the kindness, friendship, and support aspect of things, that once you are settled and you have friends and family over, people are going to feel welcomed. People are going to feel the warmth of your home. They're going to notice that you're a very good host or hostess. And ultimately, at the end of the day, whoever is there, they're going to feel that intimacy with you. They're going to feel that intimacy and that connection in your space, in your home. They're really going to feel like, your home is their home kind of a thing. So it's going to be a place where people are going to want to gather and enjoy and have fun. You may be the person that people want to go to when it comes to holidays and stuff like that. You may be the host for Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that kind of stuff. So don't be surprised. People may just want to, walk in. It's kind of like Rachel and Monica's apartment in Friends. Everybody would just walk in. It's like that door was always unlocked and people are always just walking in. And I feel like that's just because everyone felt so safe and so welcomed in their apartment. And I feel like that's how people are going to feel with your place once you have that. And ultimately, at the end of the day, through all the frustration and anger and anxiety that you have to go through to find this place, when you do have it, when you are settled, you're going to have joy. You will find your bliss. Your home is going to be your safe haven. You're going to have so much joy there. You're going to make so many amazing memories there. It's going to be worth every ounce of frustration, and you're just going to wind up being so incredibly grateful for this place. So, finally, from loving words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. You guys got, I will not leave you comfortless. Can I talk? I will come to you. John 14:18. So I feel like if anything, we're talking about comfort here in this Bible verse, and I feel like this is basically saying that your home will be comfortable. It will be a place of comfort. It will be a place that Jesus will be there with you, keeping you comfortable as well. That it's just going to be overall a good thing, comfortable. Fantastic reading, you guys. So hopefully that made sense for you. If the message didn't flow, of course, just let it go. Like I said, if, the urban, trendy, hipster kind of thing isn't your thing, like I said, maybe one of the other piles is your pile for your home. But if the trendy, hipster, city dweller kind of thing might be you, then hey, this might be right up your alley. So that's pretty awesome. But anyways, yeah, so if you guys could give this video a big thumbs up, that definitely helps me out a lot. And go ahead and leave me a comment down below, even if it's a simple small emoji, that goes a long way. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. Otherwise, I am so incredibly grateful that you guys decided to choose to come over here and hang out with me for a little bit today, enjoy this reading and everything. It means the world to me. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose this adorable little ornament here of my little man's shadow, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what kind of future home you're going to have. Exciting stuff, you guys. I'm excited to know where you guys are going to land. All right, starting here with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, you guys got the Six of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Six of Wands. All right. So the first thing I'm noticing here with the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Swords isn't necessarily the best kind of energy. It usually indicates deception and betrayal, lies, and that kind of thing. But I feel like, especially in regards to this question at least, and in connection to the other cards surrounding it, I feel like it may be actually you that's lying to yourself. That there's a little bit of deception there going on for you. That you may actually be telling yourself that you can't really have your dream home. That you can't really have, like, the place of your dreams to live at. And maybe you feel that way because of money. Maybe you feel like you're never going to have enough money to have that kind of thing. Maybe there are other reasons where you kind of talk yourself down and you're like, that's never going to happen. I'm never going to have, like, the house of my desires or anything like that. You may be totally, like, talking yourself out of it, basically. But I don't believe that's how you truly feel deep down, because if you really felt that way, then you wouldn't have even bothered with this reading. You wouldn't have even come to this pile. You wouldn't even gotten as far as you have at this point. But the fact that you're even remotely entertaining the idea that you could have a dream home means that you really do believe that it is possible. But like I said, you have some deception going on with yourself, kind of like lying to yourself like you can't have that. Now, maybe you can't have that right here, right now, in this moment, if it is a money thing. Maybe this is going to take some time, like building your credit, building your nest egg, stuff like that. It may take some time, and that's okay, but that doesn't mean that it can't happen. You know, put in the work, and you never know where you might be 5 years down the line, or 10 years down the line, or whatever. So I feel like the deception here is like you deceiving yourself. Because here's the thing, we also have the Six of Swords, and the Six of Swords is about taking a journey. You know, if you see on this card, we have two unicorns sitting here in this little boat, and the one behind it has the paddle, and it's helping move the boat across this body of water. And, you know, they're basically going from point A to point B. And this is going to be you. You know, you're going to be going from point A, wherever it is that you're living right now. You got to get into your boat and take the journey to go across the body of water to get to point B, which is that future home, the home that you desire, that dream house or whatever. So that's why I'm saying you may not be able to get that right now, but you can get there. You just got to get into the boat. If you stand on the beach, if you stand on the shoreline there and you're just staring across the water, you're never going to get there just standing there looking at things. You got to get in the boat and start paddling your way over there. So I feel like that's what you guys need to be doing. And as for the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles is like one pentacle away from 10. 10 usually indicating ultimate fulfillment. But 9 is still a pretty damn good place to be. So I feel like in terms of like the kind of house that you guys want to have, I feel like the 9 basically represents like you want a big house, but you don't want a mansion, if that makes any sense. Like you don't want something that's like so huge and so gaudy and so outrageous that you get lost in it and it's like there's a wing over here and there's a wing over there and I don't know where I am anymore. And, you know, oh, here's the library and here's the golf course and here's this. And like, that's not your style. Like, you're not so over the top where you're like, I need 700 million acres in order to be happy. So no, not to that point, but I do think that you guys do like things maybe a little bit more fancy, a little bit more upscale, definitely like a bigger home, like a home that, you know, maybe is on like 5 acres of property or something like that. Like a big house that maybe has, you know, let's say for example, I'm just going to throw numbers out there. Like let's say you want a 5-bedroom house or a 4-bedroom house, like a 4 or 5-bedroom house, and maybe you want a 3-car garage, you know, with a nice big in-ground swimming pool and a hot tub or something like that. So I feel like you guys definitely want like a nice and a big place, but not like so big, because I feel like the big mansion would be like the 10 of Pentacles, but you guys are like 1 pentacle shy of that, so I feel like that's basically saying like still a big nice house, which you guys can get to. You just gotta get into your boat and start pedaling out there towards your nice big home. I mean, if you guys were familiar with areas that I've lived, I could describe it even better if I was like, oh, like a house like in this neighborhood or that neighborhood. But unless you've lived there, you'd probably be like, what? I don't know what that is or where that is. So probably wouldn't make any sense to you. But anyways, I do believe you guys can do it. And when you do move into this beautiful big home of yours, it's going to be a time of celebration, because the 6 of Wands is just that. It's like a celebration. You know, these unicorns are basically on parade. They're on parade and they're celebrating and they're having a great time. They got their wands. They got wreaths on their heads and wreaths on their wands. You know, they got wreaths. Maybe you're going to wind up putting wreaths on your doors or whatever on this house that you wind up moving into. But when you do get there, you're going to have so much fun. You're going to have a great time. You're going to be celebrating. All you guys got to do is stop lying to yourself. Stop telling yourself that it can't happen, because it can. It may not happen today. It may not happen tomorrow. But you put in that effort. You get into that boat. You can have that big home. It can be yours. All right. Now moving on to the Ice Cream Oracle. You guys have bubblegum, memories, nostalgia, childhood. Key lime pie, good omens, luck and blessings. And pina colada, recreation, traveling, and amusement. Ooh, I see like a few fun things going on here with these cards. Okay, so starting with the key lime pie, like I was just telling you guys, this house will be yours. You can achieve it because luck and blessings is on your side. This is a blessing that is coming to you. That's why I'm saying you guys got to stop here with this 7 of Swords lying to yourself crap, because you're only going to wind up self-sabotaging yourself and then keeping yourself in like your little tiny studio apartment or wherever it is that you're living now, which is the exact opposite of where you want to go. So blessings and luck is on your side in achieving this. That's number 1. Number 2, bubblegum, memories, nostalgia, and childhood. I feel like you're going to wind up bringing like an essence of like your childhood home into this dream home that you do have. Maybe you're someone who has held on to like a lot of your own childhood memories. You know, like for me, I would be one of those people. You know, I still have, you know, ratty old stuffed animals from when I was a kid. I have a whole ton of them still. I still have like my little people's playhouse thing from when I was literally like 3 years old. I still have it. I don't know why, but I still have it. You know, I have yearbooks and old photo albums and all this other kind of stuff. All this stuff, it goes way back to my days when I was like a kid and a teenager and everything. And maybe you have saved a lot of those things too, and those are things that you're going to wind up incorporating into your home and, you know, kind of just making your home in a sense have that feeling and vibe of the house that you grew up in. It's not going to be exactly like the house you grew up in, obviously, but I feel like there's going to be certain elements of that that are going to be inspiring to you that you're going to wind up bringing into this house. And then we have pina colada, recreation, traveling, and amusement. So I feel like you guys are going to make sure you have fun things going on in your house. Like you may have like a home theater, for example, or you may have like a game room or something like that. You know, if there's like a man in your life, he may have like his own man cave or whatever, filled with like video games and stuff like that. So I feel like there's definitely going to be like fun stuff that you have. Like I said, the pool thing, for example, you know, that's recreation. So I feel like you guys are definitely going to make sure that you have like entertainment rooms is the point, like a media room or something like that. Something that's really going to just provide entertainment. You know, maybe you'll have like a pool table or something like that. So, you know, thinking of those kinds of things, I feel like you're going to have like fun things to do in the house. And as for traveling, I mean, obviously, like traveling would be going away from your house, but I feel like in some ways you won't want to go away from your house because you're going to have everything that you could possibly ever want, like right there. But I feel like, you know, you're definitely going to have like a place to house your cars and stuff like that. So if you wanted to travel, it wouldn't be an issue. Okay, and now the Divine Dog of Wisdom, because like I said, I was going to use these cards. We have endurance. Keep your eye on the ball. Success. Honor your gifts. And playfulness, just for fun. All these cards totally make sense. Okay, number 1, endurance. Keep your eye on the ball. Like I said, you guys, you may be deceiving yourself here with the 7 of Swords, making yourself feel like this isn't going to happen. Like you could be sitting here listening to this reading right now, thinking to yourself, yes, this is me. That's everything that I want, but I'm so far away from that. You're not. You're really not. Stop lying to yourself. Stop deceiving yourself. Knock it off. Because your endurance will pay off. All you got to do, you guys, get into that boat. Start working towards it. It's going to be small steps. It's not going to happen in all one lump thing. It's going to be a progression, but it can happen. Start by putting away a little bit of money, you know, with every paycheck that you get to go towards this house. You know, if your credit isn't the best, start building your credit up. Start making that better. Do whatever it is that you can to start making this better. You know, if you're confused as to even how to go about doing something like that, you know, start doing research online about like saving money for getting a house and things like that. Start educating yourself because, you know, that's a big purchase no matter what kind of house it is, big or small, you know. So start educating yourself. That's going to help a lot too. That'll help build your confidence because then you're going to be like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Like I can handle this. I can do this. So educate yourself if you don't know already. But you guys can totally do this. So your endurance, your hard work towards getting this dream home, it will pay off. It is going to happen because we have success. Honor your gifts. It says it right there. Success. You're going to have success. You're going to have this house. It's not going to come without a little bit of elbow grease, but it's going to come. And we have playfulness, just for fun, which I feel like, if anything, kind of just like emphasizes a couple of things here. I feel like it emphasizes bubblegum, your childhood memories, because I mean, look at this. We have a couple like little puppies playing, like, you know, like kids and that kind of thing. And that's another thing too. Maybe you have kids, or maybe you're going to have kids and you'd like to have this kind of home to raise them in. So they have like this super happy home that they themselves will have amazing childhood memories in. And it also supports this card with the pina colada, amusement and everything, with all the different fun things that you're probably going to put in your house, whether it's a game room or a pool or, you know, whatever it is. Like, you guys are going to have some fun things going on for sure. It's going to be kind of like a fun party house. So yeah. Finally, we have your card from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got, whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same as my brother and sister and mother. Matthew 12:50. So I feel like this is basically just saying, you guys, you know, keep seeking after God, keep seeking after what He wants, because if you do that, you know, He's going to give you these gifts. He's going to give you the desires of your heart, including this beautiful, amazing home that you would like to have. A home that maybe your brother, your sister, your mother, your whole family can basically spend some amazing good times in. So that's what I see going on for you guys with your future home. I hope it made sense and it resonated. You know, I told Pile 1 this, but you know, if this is not like your kind of vibe for your kind of home, if you're like, no, you know, I'd rather live in the city or the country, I'd rather have an apartment, I don't want to have a big house, or, you know, any of those things, check out one of the other piles, because I have a feeling they're all going to be different in, you know, people's tastes and what they want and that kind of thing. But anyways, if the message did not flow, let it go. If it did, though, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just a simple small emoji. Also, please give this video a thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on their way. Otherwise, I am so incredibly grateful that you guys decided to choose to come out and hang out with me here for a little while today, checking out this reading. It definitely warms my heart and means a lot to me. And yeah, so I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose this cute little bluish teal turquoise color kind of Christmas bone, it says Merry Christmas on it, this little ornament here, dog ornament for shadow, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what your future home is going to be like. So exciting. All right. Kicking things off here with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, you guys got the Queen of Swords, the Three of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and Temperance. Okay, so right off the bat, the first thing that I'm noticing here is this Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles is usually about juggling things. It's a balancing act. It's usually trying to handle two different things at once kind of a thing. So seeing that, I feel like you guys may actually be a little undecided where you want your future home to be, like what your dream home is, that you may not actually know what it is that you want. You may actually like a lot of different things. You may like a house right on the beach, or you might like a house in the mountains, or you might like polar opposites. You might like an apartment in an urban city, or you might like a cottage somewhere out in the country, totally isolated. So you may like a lot of different things, which is why it's hard for you to even decide. And you're like, I don't know. I don't really know what I want my future home to be like. So that's the first thing that I'm sensing here with the Two of Pentacles, because the Two of Pentacles is about juggling more than one thing. So I feel like you guys are juggling more than one idea of what you want that you may not necessarily know. So I don't even know what's going to come through with the rest of these cards, considering that, because you guys seem to be pretty much not having your minds made up. But that doesn't mean that you won't figure it out. And that doesn't mean that there's not like the perfect dream home out there for you. You just may not necessarily know what it is yet. And that's okay. You know, it's a process. You'll figure it out. Which I do think that you guys will figure it out. I feel like you guys are like the Queen of Swords here, because the Queen of Swords, she's like the queen of thoughts, basically. Swords are thoughts. It's very much so that air energy. It's about logic. It's about being pragmatic. It's about figuring things out. So I feel like that's all you guys need to do, is kind of get into that Queen of Swords energy and get a little logical about things, and maybe make like a pros and cons list or something like that of the different places that pique your interest, and, you know, go through it and be just kind of narrow it down that way, so you can figure out what would be a better fit for you, so that way then it's not just, I have a whole ton of different interests here and I don't know where to go. And that way then you can really narrow it down and see not just what you're interested in, but also what suits you and your lifestyle based upon your interests, because probably not all of those interests are going to be the best fit for you. So just get into that Queen of Swords place, which I feel like you guys can definitely do, and do some logical thinking about this, and you can definitely narrow it down and not feel like you're having to balance all this, which I think is also going to take a little bit of time to figure out, because we have Temperance, and Temperance is about having patience and balance. And obviously right now you guys are doing a little bit of a balancing act, and you're like, I don't know, do I want an apartment? Do I want a house? Do I want to live in the city? Do I want to live in the country? I don't know. So you guys are kind of going back and forth, but Temperance will bring you balance. It will bring you balance and understanding which one that you do want. So that's all you need to do is, tap into a little bit of that Temperance energy. Have patience with yourself. You may feel impatient with yourself right now. You may be a little frustrated with yourself, like, well, why can't I just make up my mind? Everybody else seems to know where they want to go and all this other stuff. Why can't I figure it out? And that's okay, it's like people trying to figure out their careers and that kind of thing. Everybody asks you, like, when you graduate high school, so what are you going to do now that you're an adult? What are you going to major in college? What are you going to be when you grow up? These are questions that people ask us ever since, like preschool. What are you going to be when you grow up? What are you going to be when you grow up? And it usually constantly changes. Even after you graduate high school, even after you graduate college, even after you've been in a career for like sometimes 25 years or something like that, it still changes. There are people in like their 40s and 50s and stuff like that who wind up completely changing careers out of absolutely nowhere. Because the truth is, nothing is ever really set in stone. We're always evolving and we're always changing. So it's okay if you don't know, but you'll figure it out. And if it's like that with a career, it can definitely be like that with a place to live. Who knows? Maybe you're a little bit of a nomad in some ways, where it's like you do have such an appreciation for everything. Maybe you're meant to be a born traveler. Maybe that's what you're meant to do, be one of those people who live on the road, like be like a travel blogger or something like that. I mean, those people pretty much like live on the road. There's this one blogger I follow. She's not a travel blogger. She's actually a finance blogger, but her name is Michelle Schroeder from Making Sense of Sense. And she like travels all the time. Like, she's lived in an RV. She's lived on a boat. I think she still doesn't necessarily have like one specific residence that she lives at. Like, she's constantly traveling all the time. So maybe you're meant to be one of those people. Who knows? But regardless, you will figure it out. And when you do figure it out, it's going to be a time of celebration, because we have the Three of Cups here, and that's what the Three of Cups is all about. It's all about celebration. It's all about a good time. So don't worry about this. Don't overthink it too much, you guys, because, you're going to figure it out. When you do, people are going to come alongside with you and celebrate it. Wherever this home may be, whatever it may look like, people are going to enjoy it and definitely approve of it and think that it's awesome and amazing and wonderful. From the Ice Cream Oracle, you guys have Pistachio, emotional healing, independence, and responsibility. Rainbow, self-expression, diversity, and pride. And Cookie Dough, building, evolution, and development. Okay, I'm definitely seeing a trend here. So, with Pistachio and Rainbow, we have emotional healing and independence, self-expression, diversity, and pride. So I feel like this very much so explains why you guys are having an issue, like settling on just one place that you would like to settle down into, because you're very much so an independent spirit. You feel very free. Like I said, you may be someone who likes to just travel and be on the road and kind of live out of your suitcase. You're probably someone who has a lot of things to express. You have, a lot of appreciation for all kinds of different ways of living and all kinds of different cultures. Maybe you want to go and check out even different countries for that matter and stuff like that. So you're definitely someone who's full of expression and diversity. Like I said, this may be why you guys are having issues trying to find a place, because you're very diverse. It's like you have an appreciation for the country, but you also love the city. You love being in the mountains and playing in the snow, but you also love a warm day down by the beach. So you're kind of everywhere. You're all over the place. You love it all. So it's hard to just narrow it down and say, yeah, this is my dream house. Like, the world is your dream house. You love everything. You love all of it. So these cards just kind of back that up. But we also have emotional healing, responsibility, and with cookie dough, we have building, evolution, and development. So even though you do kind of have like this natural nomadic spirit about you, at the same time, there's another part of you that does crave being in one place. That craves, if anything, like a home base. And it's funny because I was literally just talking about this in one of the Facebook groups that I'm in. I literally left a comment right before doing this reading saying how, I love traveling and I love being out on the road, but I always love having a home base to still come home to. I wouldn't want to just like travel and be out there and never really have somewhere to come back to. And I feel like that's something that you guys are craving, is like that home base, somewhere that you want to be able to come back to. So, that may be a part of it too. It's like, you can't just like pack up your bags and just leave it at that. Like, you guys still want to find that home base, and it's hard to pick a home base when there are so many different things that you love. But that's definitely something that you do crave. You crave to build where you want to make that place that you want to settle down in. We also have the Divine Dog of Wisdom, which I told you guys I was going to pull out for this reading. And you guys got arrogance, get off the pedestal, fear, face the fear, and surrender, let it go. And how funny, we got 2 chihuahuas here, which is so funny because I have a chihuahua. Anyway. All right, let's get into this bulldog here first, though, with arrogance, get off the pedestal. So, I'm not saying that you guys are arrogant at all, but if anything, this dog is obviously, it's got its snoot up in the air. It's, kind of looking down at whatever else. Maybe one of the reasons why it's hard for you guys to kind of like pick just one place is maybe even subconsciously, you may not even realize this consciously, but maybe subconsciously, the idea of being in one place, maybe you kind of look down on it. Like, do I really even want to do that? Do I really want to pick like one place forever for the rest of my life? So maybe that is a blockage that's there that makes it hard for you guys to pick on one type of place that you would like to be at. So that may be something that you may want to look into to kind of clear out. And that way then you can get your thoughts a little bit more clear and a little bit more focused. And I feel like you guys also have some fear in terms of finding that right place. Like, you may fear, because you have this appreciation for so many different places, you may fear that you pick the wrong one. That you're like, well, what if I decide I want to live in the country for the rest of my life? But then, what if I'm there for like a year or two and I get complacent and I get bored and I start craving the city life and everything? Like, what if it doesn't work out? That kind of thing. It's almost like you guys, if this was like a relationship, if this was like a love dating related reading, you guys would be a player. You guys would be like bouncing from one lover to the next, like afraid to make a commitment, basically. It's like you guys have a fear of commitment when it comes to like being in one place, like making that commitment to settle down and have a house, like have whatever. So That's what I kind of see you guys are. You're like a bee that likes to go from flower to flower, but you don't want to stick around at one flower for too terribly long. So I feel like that's a fear that also needs to go. You know, you need to realize that whatever home you do choose, whatever you do figure out, which you can, you know, just get into that Queen of Swords energy, you know, maybe make that list of pros and cons and, you know, be logical. Don't be in your emotions when it comes to making the choice. You know, look at it from a logical perspective. That'll help you as you figure it out. But, you know, trust yourself with that and know that you will pick the right place and that you don't need to be scared of making the wrong decision. And then just surrender and let go, you know? Like, let go of the fact that you don't know right now. Let go of the fact that you have so many different options. Just let it go. And whatever place is meant to be yours, whatever dream home is meant to happen for you, it will come through. You know, like, let's say you do decide you want to get that house in the country or something, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna try the house in the country. So you go out there and you put down offers for, you know, several different houses in the country or whatever, and for whatever reason you just keep hitting roadblocks and it just doesn't work out. Well, then, you know, the alternative could be maybe you're not meant to be in the country. Maybe you are meant to be in the city. And then you're like, okay, well, let me just throw my hat in the ring for a place in the city really quick just to see what happens. And then boom, you get something on your first try. And that's like an example of surrendering and letting go. Like, whatever's meant to happen, whatever's meant to come your way will come your way. It's not something you're going to have to strive for or to make happen. So, you know, I think it's very beautiful that you guys are so diverse and that you guys do have an appreciation for many different walks of life and cultures and way of living and that kind of thing. Understandable, it can make making a decision on where you want to go be a little bit more challenging, but that doesn't mean that you can't figure it out and work it out. Finally, from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. You guys got, seek you first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Matthew 6:33. So I feel like this card is basically just a reminder, you guys, to keep your eyes on the prize, not the house, not the place to live, but keep your eyes on God, and he'll do the rest. You know, all those things that he adds on to you is basically all of your dreams, all of your desires, all of your wishes, including that dream home, wherever that is, whatever that is. He will add that onto you. All you got to do is focus on him, and a part of that is in the process of surrendering. So, I hope that made sense for you guys and clicked for some of you. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Even if it's just a simple small emoji, that's okay. It goes a long way. And also, feel free to like this video, give it a thumbs up, that helps me out. And feel free to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. Otherwise, I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to come out here and spend a little bit of time with me today. It definitely means the world to me. You guys just hanging out here and checking out this reading. It is super cool and awesome. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 4. If you chose My First Christmas with Shadow, our little first Christmas ornament, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what your future home is going to be like. So exciting. Get this to... Okay, stay. You're fine. You don't need to move. Shadow was about to get up and move. He's like, what is going on? Okay. Starting off here with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, you guys got the Emperor, the Eight of Pentacles, Death, and the Two of Swords. What an interesting combination. Okay, so here is what I'm seeing dealing with you guys. This is really interesting. So the Two of Swords is about trying to make a decision. It's usually about, trying to choose between two different things. Swords represent our thoughts, and considering there are two here, it's like being stuck between two different ideas, two different thoughts. Which is funny because the last pile that I did had the Two of Pentacles, which is a similar kind of thing, but that's more of like a juggling kind of thing. I don't feel the juggling thing with you guys. I just feel like there are two different ideas when it comes to your future home that you go back and forth on. And I feel like these two ideas, like you're stuck between the idea of just like buying a house outright, like, okay, this is the home, this is where I'm going to be, this is what I'm going to do. Like, you're stuck between that. And then the other one I feel like you're stuck between is like building a house yourself. Like, you don't want to just like buy whatever house is already out there that already exists. Like, you may have like a particular thing in your mind of what you want for a house, but you want to create it. You want to actually create it. You don't want to just like buy something that someone has already built. Like, you want to create it. So you may want to like build your own home. And if not build your own home, the next thing I would say is like do a renovation on like an older home or something like that, where you completely strip apart something that was old and you make it new again, and you basically make it your own thing. Like, think about all those shows on like HGTV where they're renovating all these old homes and they're turning it into like these brand new modern day updated kind of things. So I feel like you guys are stuck between just like getting something that's moving ready to go, or something that could be more of a project where you're building a house or you're renovating a house kind of a thing. So I feel like those are the two things that you guys are stuck in between. But I feel like the choice you guys are really going to wind up making, the choice that is more so of what speaks to your heart, is probably the building or renovating, because we have the Death card, and the Death card is transition. The Death card is a change. The Death card is the passing of something old and ultimately the beginning of something new, which would make sense if you did something like a renovation. If you were renovating something, whatever was there, whatever was old, would basically be dying. It would be going away, and you would be creating something new out of it. So I definitely feel highly the renovating aspect here could be huge for you guys. And followed up with that, we have the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles is about building. It's about creating. I mean, quite literally, this unicorn has a hammer in its mouth. It is actually physically building, and I feel like that is what you guys are going to wind up doing. You're going to wind up physically building something new for your dream home. That there's going to be a lot of love that's going to be put into this. It's going to be a labor of love. So that way then, when this project is complete, you can look at this home and you can be like, yes, like this was my design, my idea. Maybe you're actually even gonna, get in there and be a part of the demolition team or something like that, like they do on like the Property Brothers, for example. They have the families come in and do some of the demo work. Or who else is it that does it? I think Joanna and Chip Gaines. I know their show isn't even on like HGTV anymore. What is the name of their show? I'm like drawing a blank. Fixer Upper. That's what I was thinking of. Like, like stuff like that. Like they have like the people come in and the families come in and do some of the demo work like with them and stuff like that. So maybe you're going to wind up doing some of that, being a part of the circus. Who knows? Yeah. And then we have the Emperor. And the Emperor, he is basically the king of all the kings. He's the embodiment of all the kings. So I feel like, if anything, you're basically going to be in your Emperor energy. Like, being the captain of the ship, I guess you could say, the driving force in having this creation come together. I know the emperors, usually like a masculine energy, and usually if it's like a love reading, we'll talk about it in conjunction to your person, but this isn't about a love reading. You are going to be in your masculine energy over this. And if you're a woman, that's totally fine. This is something that a woman should be in their masculine energy about, because this is your home. This is going to be like your nest, your creation. So that's okay if you guys are like the emperor of your own life over renovating and creating something new here with your home. So, that's a beautiful thing. That is awesome, you guys. From the Ice Cream Oracle, you guys got Candy Loaded. Social gatherings, celebration, special events, banana walnut, cracking codes, learning, observing, cookies and cream, guilty pleasures, indulgence, and temptation. Okay, so right off the bat with banana walnut, cracking codes, learning, and observing, I feel like you guys are going to be a very active part of this building and renovation process. You guys are going to have a lot of say in it. You're going to be kind of like the creator behind it, like your own interior designer. Who knows? Maybe you're someone who's like actually really into that stuff, where you actually do that kind of stuff. So yeah, I feel like you guys are going to be a very active participant in it. Like I said, you may be a part of the demo process. You're definitely going to have a lot of say in the design and how the makeover of your house is going to be done and all that kind of stuff. So you're going to be learning a lot through this process. By the time your house is finished, you are going to know way more about building houses and renovating houses, probably more so than most people. You could probably have your own HGTV show after going through all this, but it's going to be pretty cool. You're going to come out super knowledgeable, and it's going to be kind of like a fun little school project for you to do. With Candy Loaded, we have social gatherings, celebration, special events. So I feel like once your house is completed and it's ready to go, it's going to be the place to go. You may be the host or hostess with the mostest to go to for holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas and that kind of thing. You're definitely going to be the place that people are want to go to for like game nights and movie nights and that kind of thing. So I feel like you're always going to have family and friends over, that people are going to feel very welcomed, very safe, that, your home is going to feel like their home kind of a thing. So it's definitely going to be like a very socially active and happy place to be. And then we have guilty pleasure, indulgence, and temptation. I'm not really picking up on any crazy temptations here, but I do think that like every guilty pleasure that you want to have in the design of your home in this renovation process, you're going to put that into your home. So you may be a little indulgent in terms of your style, in terms of your decor. And if that's the case, that's okay. But my only recommendation to you guys is make sure you put it in the budget. Make sure you budget it out well, because a lot of the times on these renovation shows, they want A, B, C, and D, but then in the renovation process, there's like asbestos or something like that, like something goes wrong where they wind up having to spend more money than anticipated because they have to fix something or repair something more so than they thought. So then instead of having A, B, C, and D, they can only do A, B, and C. So they had to toss out idea number D of what to do. So it's fine if you guys want to throw in your guilty pleasures and your indulgence in your style and in your design. Just make sure that you're budgeting out for that, because you have to leave room for problems and mistakes and things to be fixed in the process of doing this kind of stuff. Finally, from the Divine Dogs of Wisdom, I told you guys I was going to throw in some dog cards here. You guys got loss. Allow yourself to grieve. Gratitude. Give thanks. And excellence. Do your best. So I feel like loss, allow yourself to grieve, that very well could be in reference to what I was just talking about with things going wrong along the way with the renovation process, because very rarely do renovations ever go completely smooth. Very rarely do they go with absolutely no hiccups, bumps in the roads, or problems. So if I were you guys, I would prepare for some things to not go as planned, which in that sense could feel like a loss to you. If anything, it might be more of a financial loss than anything else, but it's definitely something to just be aware of and to consider, so you have some kind of backup funds. If you can get access to maybe a loan or something like that, or maybe there's a family member who can spot you with a little bit of money in case of anything. But I would definitely, prepare yourself for anything that could go wrong during the renovation, because it's more likely that that will happen than won't. However, I think you guys are going to be super thankful and grateful for the outcome and the final product through all of the ups and downs. It's truly going to be a labor of love that you're going to be so incredibly proud of, and you're going to be so incredibly grateful for by the time you're done. I mean, you see the looks on these people's faces when they see the final results of their made-over homes on all these shows. You got the tears, you got the smiles, you got the cheers, you get the laughter, you get all the range of emotions, and you guys are going to be no different. It's going to be beautiful. Who knows? Maybe I'll watch this on TV. Maybe you guys are going to wind up being on HGTV or something doing this. Who the hell knows? If you are, let me know, because I'll totally tune in. Anyway, and we have excellence. Do your best. So I feel like you are going to do your best in this, in terms of finding the right place, finding the right lot of land, finding the right home that you want to redo. I feel like whoever you hire to do the work and everything, they're going to do their best. You're going to do your best in terms of putting away money for what needs to be done, in terms of the design and the flavor and all that kind of stuff that you want to have go into the decor and the feeling and the emotion that comes through with your house. So I feel like you are going to put through the very best of the best, and you are going to get excellent results that you're going to be grateful for. And last but not least, from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away, you guys got, unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of God, Mark 4:11. So the mystery of God, I feel like in some ways, this is like the mystery of your house. Because when you're renovating a house, there's kind of a mystery that goes into it, because you don't know exactly how it's going to turn out. You don't know if there's going to be any surprises along the way where you're going to be like, oops, well, that went wrong. There's water damage over here, or there's a termite infestation over there, or whatever it is. You never know what you're going to expect. It's like unfolding this mystery. And then the creation of making it like look good and bringing those fresh design elements into things is like a mystery of how it's going to turn out to be. But I feel like this is a fun mystery that you guys are ready to solve, that it's a fun mystery you guys are ready to explore and find out about. And always remember that Jesus is right there with you through this entire process. You can pray about this, you can hand it over to him, and he will help you on a spiritual level to accomplish your dreams and to renovate the house of your dreams and get the results of your dreams in this house. So that is pretty awesome. Let me know when you guys are going to be on HGTV. Like I said, I'll tune in. I'm not kidding. If this winds up being like a real thing for somebody. I mean, you don't have to be on HGTV to renovate, but if you were to, I would watch. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys right now. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Even just a simple small emoji goes a long way. And also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot too. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. Otherwise, I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to come on out here and hang out with me today. It means the world to me. It warms my heart, the fact that anyone would be willing to watch my videos. And this one was actually a lot of fun. It was something that was unique and different, and usually a topic that I don't cover. And every pile was honestly like so incredibly different from one another. So I'm really excited to see like who resonates with what piles and everything. It was a lot of fun. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love.